Hey everybody, welcome to the wonderful world of Subnautica. I've come back from my little oh my god moment there with the stalkers, and we are going to find well, actually we have water on us, so let's drink the water and solve that issue, right? But we need to grab some food and food up, so first thing I'm going to do is go grab a couple of those hoverfish, assuming I can do it without getting attacked by a stalker, because that would just ruin my day. Put the stalker away and miss the hoverfish because I'm crap. Oh, you bloody clever little hoverfish! Where'd you go? Here, your cousin twice removed is not going to get so lucky. Now I need to get out of the kelp forest there because there were quite a few stalkers when I was there earlier. There's that little hole with the rock I was talking about earlier. Get my bearings back here. There's a Gary fish. He's not great food, but he is food. Run, but you can't hide there, Gary.
Caution, blood nutrient levels decreasing. Calorie intake recommended.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, thanks very much, Peeper. That will give me a nice balanced meal, I think.
Welcome
nice.
aboard, Captain.
Hello, boys. Oh, I realized I walked right by my
New
food
creature
progress.
discovered.
I also realized that I made zero progress. I mean, zero on getting the silver that we had talked about in the last episode. So that's going to have to be my focus now. And I'm only going to cook one of these hoverfish. I saved the other one for later if I need to top off to get a comfortable amount of food. But the if I cook it now, it's going to go bad so fast. So yeah, the hoverfish is definitely better than the Gary. But with this peeper, I think I'm alright. If I had a Gary, I would cook it, and that would be grand. But okay, now the next question is, given my current health, do I have any bleach pre-made? I do not. I have 2 salts on me. Do I have any salts in here? So I'm going to need a health kit to get back up to good health. So let's make 4 of those, and that will get me, you know what, let's go ahead and just make 5. Forget it. Let's just make these all into bleach. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Salt I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coral samples. So let's go grab a coral sample real super quick. And then we can also grab some grab that peeper if it was unawares, but it heard me coming. So there's a coral sample. At some point I'm going to use up these corals. They're so close and I am picking on them pretty hard. So now each of those health or med kits that I want to make is going to require 2 creeper vine samples. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. And I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 I want to make, I guess? 5 maybe? 4. So I got 4. Let's get 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And that's that. So now I'm going to need to get more salts, and I'm going to need to get more corals at a later date, but we'll do that as mentioned at a later date. So I believe those health kits will heal 50 hit points, if you will, 50 points of my current 37% health. So let's get busy on some bleach, because the creeper vines are a ticking time bomb. They start degrading the second you cut them, which is why I don't tend to save any of them in the locker, because you come back to them and they're rotting and they're gross and disgusting. I just don't trust medicine made out of rotting, gross, disgusting stuff. Now, I used up all of my water in that moment there, so let's make 2 waters. At least 2 anyway. Let's get here and make some first aid kits. One. I believe I got enough creeper vine for 4, so... Yes, my memory is just like crap. That was also, it turns out, the last of my power, so good thing we're done. So I'm going to take a first aid kit, and it did heal me for exactly 50. The other 2 of them are going to go here. One will stay with me on my travels. I will put one of the waters away. I will put the bleach away. That looks like that. All right, so I have 2 quartz for that pile. I have a titanium for that, and a copper and a gold for here. All right, so we need to be serious. I say we like you're involved. I need to be serious about getting some silver here. And silver is best acquired. Let's see if I can get this beaver before he wakes up. No. See, I start jerking the mouse around trying to follow it, and nothing good ever comes from that. Ah, but I got you, you little bugger. All right, so put the knife away. Now we need to find the red grass area for the best shot at getting sandstone. Sandstone happens in other places, but it's not as numerous. And there's a very pretty sunrise. I do enjoy my sunrises and sunsets in this game. I am completely just taken with it. And at some point I might get over it, but right now it's not that time. So, I need copper, because at some point I'm going to need batteries. I know I'm going to need several of them, so I might as well harvest the limestones I see on the way out to find the red kelp beds. Now I want to stay away from blind corners and stuff, because I don't want to come around a corner and catch a... oh, I have already forgotten what they're called, even though I looked it up in between episodes, because, as you may have heard at some point in the past, I'm crap. That's just never going to change. The crash powder is what it's called. Those are called crashes. There's a copper and a bonus, a quartz. So the crash powder comes from those little doodads. The little crash themselves come popping out of there. They fly at you or swim at you, and when they get close, they blow up. They will blow up after a certain amount of time as well. I forget what the time is. It's about 5-6 seconds somewhere. It's not incredibly long, but it's also not incredibly short. Forgive me while I get distracted by the fact that there's a lot of salt here. And that was not a stone that I saw there. That was... Ah, here we go. Those guys aren't going for me, but those are little bleeder things. They grab a hold of you.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Alright, let's get up. So 2, this should actually be on the 3 button.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I'm working on it, sweetheart. I'm working on it. So while I'm up at the surface, let's rearrange some things. So that should be on the 3 key, this should be on the 4 key, and you should not be on the 5 key. When I have more tools, I need to go make a flashlight, which is going to require a battery. One of the many things that I need that requires a battery. Anyway, when I make a battery, it'll go on 2. When I get around to making a heat blade, that will live on 2 permanently, because I like to keep my regular knife on 1, the heat blade on 2, and then stasis rifle. I don't believe I've got a stasis rifle fragment yet. Those little guys, I don't know if they will chase me, but they will come and hurt me. And my health is getting pretty close to full again, and I don't want to risk it. So I'm just going to copper. That's very nice. And I saw out here somewhere what looks to be a sandstone with a silver. Good deal, good deal. There's another limestone. There's a stalker way over there. I can ignore him for the time being, I believe. And a titanium. I don't not need it. I don't need it per se, but I don't not need it. Oh, stalker. I lost it, which is going to get me cut. Oh, and I managed to cut him before he got me, so let's just separate and go our different ways, and hopefully he won't come back looking for Ravengi, because Ravengi could be bad for me. Alright, there he is, I believe. I'm going to head up around this way. I'm going to grab this quartz while I'm here, because I got plenty of oxygen at the moment. I'm also going to go up to this coral that sticks up out of the water. Oh, does it? I'm stuck on the top of it. It does not stick up out of the top of the water. But I need more coral, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I will try to stay away from that one in the future. I don't think the corals ever really recover from abuse like that, but I have used them up in the past, and I really want to be getting my coral farther away from home so that if I do need a coral in an emergency, I have the ability to go outside and grab a coral in an emergency instead of having to swim or drive a good distance to get to it, because swimming or driving a good distance never works out. So, there's Gary. Hello, Mr. Gary Fish. You are a filler, if you will. You're only going to give me 13 health if you're brand newly cooked, and if I wait at all to eat you, it's going to go down quickly, so I'm not counting on you to fill me up. But in an emergency, you are an excellent option. So, now, I have the sea moth already. I have room for 2 of these titanium, or the scrap metals, which will give me titanium. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this, because my titanium stocks right now are fairly low. And even though I'm grabbing some titanium from the limestone, I can't think of the word now. The limestone rocks, I just, nodes, that's what I was trying to figure out. And even though I grabbed some titanium from limestone, I don't really get enough to get by, and those scrap metals are just, I mean, they're 4 per, so. Now, the last little time that we were out also kind of told me that I may want to put a few more solar panels back there, so that I have more than 150 power when push comes to shove. And that, is something I'm going to have to think about, because it's going to use up 2 titanium and 2 quartz, I believe, per. So yeah, 2 titanium and 2 quartz, and I still have 2 windows I'd like to make, so that's 4 glass, that's 8 quartz I'm going to need up. And if I put another 2 or 3 solar panels back there, 3 more would double my power, which would be good. But that's going to require quite a lot of quartz. 6 more for that, so, and I have currently 5. So, here's some salt we can put away. Keep saying we like you guys are sitting here clicking the button with me, but you're just stuck there watching me being stupid, so. Good for you, huh? Here's some coral. Coral's going to go in the organics locker, as is this tooth. The stasis rifle fragment will go into the storage locker until such time as I can get 2 more silver to make the wiring kit. And now, I actually can make a computer chip, I believe. I need to get the analyzer. I need a wiring kit and a computer chip. So, the computer chip is going to be 2 table coral samples. I have a silver ore and a quartz. I have all of that. So let's just go ahead and kick that out right now while I'm thinking about it. Because you may not know it yet, but you stick around long enough, you'll realize that if I don't do something immediately, I will forget about it. You just go ahead and carve that into stone right now, because I am old and my memory is crap, and it's best if I act on needs immediately and get them out of the way. The other problem I have is I do that, I make it right away so I don't forget, and then I put it in the locker and I forget what I plan to use it on. And I'll come back and then, hey, I got a computer chip, let's make something I don't need. Speaking of things I don't need, but I want to block out that second hotkey spot, because I'm tired of having to take fish out of it. So let's go look at what it's going to take to make a flashlight. Battery and silicon. So silicon's going to take me 2 quartz, a battery is going to take me either 1 copper or 2 coppers. Where is the battery? Battery's going to take me 1 copper and 2 acid mushrooms. So it turns out that right now, with a little bit of work, let's go get 6 mushrooms. And I'll make 3 batteries. I'll put 2 of them away. Now, common sense would tell me not to fish close to home, but I'm in a hurry, so. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And why grab all 9 of them? Why not? The main reason is I have a little bit of room for storage right now, so I might as well store things while it's not at a premium. And then I can come back later and there's the salt. That's 6 extra of those. That would make 3 more batteries in an emergency, so I'll just leave it at that. Those mushrooms, I do believe, grow back. I don't think I'm going to kill them off completely by denuding an area. Well, maybe by denuding an area, but by, let's see. Go with the battery. Now, I could make a copper wire now, but that's not a wiring kit. I need the wiring kit. The copper wire would be neat because I could make a picture and put one of my screenshots in. Speaking of which, I have been forgetting to take a screenshot. Oh, I should be taking a screenshot every episode. And, yeah, that would be smart. Too bad you're stuck with me. All right, here's a flashlight. And now I can go into my inventory, put the flashlight on button number 2, and now if I grab a fish, it's still going to grab it and stick it on 5, but at least it's out of the way. And for the time being, I can do this. So I got my knife, flashlight, right-click turns off, right-click turns back on. I like to leave it off so I don't waste battery. There's the bladder and my builder. Now, something neat with the flashlight, if you look at the bottom right above my hotkeys, you see it says Energy 100. That will go down as I use it, but go ahead and put it away. In here, I can make... Oh, no, it's not here. I can make fins here with 2 silicon. When I get the fragment analyzed, and I can put a... what on earth is it called? The... It's not a fabricator. There's another little station I can make that will let me make advanced items, such as the heat knife, such as the hardened knife, which is the other thing I'll be carrying all the time. But I can also make glide fins, which make you swim much faster, not much faster, but noticeably faster. And I can also make charge fins, which if I have something like the stasis rifle or the flashlight or the welder in my hand, something that uses up energy and has a basically has a battery when you make it, I can swim with that out and it will recharge it, and that's quite handy. Although you get kind of used to having the speaking of which, I'm missing a hoopfish, so I'll just put the Gary in there for the time being. You get used to the glide fins once you use them, and you get kind of used to the speed you can make with doing that. So when you take them off and put the other fins on so that you can charge, it's noticeable and unpleasant to me. So I need a computer chip's already been made. I need a wiring kit, which means I need 2 silvers, which means I need to go find that silver, the red grass forest. And I do not remember where that red grass forest is in relation to where I am, but I believe there's one between me and the Aurora. So I'm heading in that direction to try to find one, because I can't go, 3 episodes in a row without getting the silver I need to just even make the fragment analyzer, much less start doing advanced things that I should have been doing in episode 1 or 2, like making my sea moth and some other fun stuff that will make this go a little quicker. So, you will forgive me for being me, and I will forgive you for holding against me, and we'll get along just fine. So I still believe that you swim faster without that knife out, and I'm going to keep putting away, although it's nice having that knife out if something happens and you need to defend yourself. It's nice to not have to worry about not panicking and pulling out the wrong thing or whipping out the wrong tool in a time of need. But I believe at the far end of this little stretch, I might find some red grass. Head up to the surface, because I don't see the red grass yet. I'd like to find... Ooh, I'm getting awfully close to the Aurora. We might see a Leviathan today. Although Probably not in this episode because it's getting real close to being done with this episode time. And I'm going to have to start thinking about wrapping it up and moving on. But hopefully I'll be able to do several episodes. There's the radiation. Okay, so I want to head away from the ship because I do not have the radiation suit. And that radiation will make me, as you see, my health has gone down quite a bit from that. So I want to stay the heck away from it. There's a copper, which is nice. Always nice to find copper. I don't need the titanium as badly from those. I won't not take them, but I definitely don't need the titanium because, you know, you look around and you see scrap metal everywhere. And it's just, you get 4 scrap metal, or 4 titanium from each scrap metal, so why would you hunt it any other way than just farming scrap metal as often as you can? So I try to avoid the titaniums, but you know, you can't do anything about it. I have in the past left them lying around. I believe, now that I think about it, that reminds me, I need to go look and see if I remembered to pick up that titanium from the top of that one little mount where I left it early on. And I believe the easiest way to do that would be to go back and watch the old videos versus swim up there and try to find it. But, you know, I'm already here, I'm already recording, I might as well force you guys to swim with me also. Now, I believe I'm going to get to the surface. I don't know why I don't like pausing underneath the surface. I like to be at the surface when I pause, that if I come back and I have a dirt moment, I don't accidentally drown. And you know me, that's going to happen at some point. So I'd like to make it as hard as possible for it to happen right now. So I'm going to look at that sun going down, and I do wish there were a couple more spots here where I could just kind of stand and watch things instead of having to push the up button to swim. But that is a very pretty sunset. I'm going to go ahead and finish watching this sunset, and I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back with this in just a few minutes, hopefully, and we can start the next episode by watching that sunset together. Won't that be fun? So thank you, and have a good day.